I know, man.
And now I'm
That's
unmuted. And they're gonna see us in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that echoed me laughing. That stupid laugh.
That stupid laugh. It's his Saul laugh. Alan Jones, message retracted. What's up, Alan Jones?
Hello, everybody. What's up, DBS Squonks, Flavor Chaser, Ricky Mahoney.
What's up, guys? How's it going? How's it going? So, Steve is back from the dead. He escaped the vampire hunter. If you guys missed last week, his power went out like in the middle. He was like talking, and then it just kind of boom, he disappeared.
Just went dark.
Dude, my neighborhood is so inconsiderate, man.
So inconsiderate. What, they crashed into a pole or something?
No, they just decided to fix some shit that they could have fixed the next day.
Oh, right in the middle. They were like, you know what? Steve's doing his live stream tonight. Let's go ahead and do this now.
They knew it. They were like, let's fuck this shit up. And then they did.
And then they did. And then they did. All right. Who else we got? Anybody else you have to say hi to? I think we said hi to everybody who said anything
so far. Just in case I become a vampire, here's a railroad spike.
Perfect.
Nice. Hey, did you put a link to the video on the messenger?
Which one?
The link to this.
The Zoom link? Yeah, that's how you clicked it.
No, not the Zoom link. The link for people to follow.
I'm confused.
The link for the video itself, for the vapes with the live stream.
Yeah. It's just Mountaineer Vapes. YouTube.com/Mountaineer Vapes.
I shared it on Instagram, so.
Hey, Phyllis and Billy Cooper. All right.
Were we ever going to talk about that video I sent 2 weeks ago, or no?
We should, but I would
have the one with the douche nozzle.
Yeah.
We already discussed that one.
We did talk about it last week a little bit, but
when I was gone,
when you were gone. But yeah, we want to get into buffets. We got people rolling in now. We're at 14.
Yeah, you guys can go first since I'm always last.
Oh my God, here we go. Crybaby Steve. Yep. All right, Bill, what you got?
So I got matchy. I have, everybody knows this, the Badonka Swamp, which is the prototype that Tyler Allen Hargrove made. Ooh. My white Delrin. I have another one. This is the prototype for the Soulless from Devin Jakey at Lone Alchemist Craftworks. This thing is tight, really nice.
Super dope.
It actually hits like a truck. I love it.
Like a truck full of dildos?
Like a truck full of dildos.
Oh, here we go.
No, and you know what? Honestly, this thing hit so hard that I had to take my my 0.17 or my 0.15 ohm coils out and traded it out in the basic RDA, and I put excuse me, I think it's 0.24 because it was hitting a little too hard. It was getting hot. It was burning my lip.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have a low cap like that too, you got to watch it.
Yeah, and last but not least, my cloak with my self-polished doors, looking all purty. Nice, Bill.
All right.
Are we playing at what is it? River City Vape Company?
Who's River City? Oh. Are you done with your buffet? Did you not pass it to anybody? You just
I'm passing to you, Eric, because I asked my son a question.
Oh, okay. So I got the Geek Vape Nova with the Juggernaut Mini RTA, my new favorite RTA, on top. And I have one in a melon from Sweet Teeth that you can get at phoenixvapor.com. I'm also rocking the top side, but I'm waiting for the battery to finish charging back there with Blue Punch from Phoenix Vapor. Oh, and on top of that, it's my D-Pro Mini with my Squonk Donkey cap. And then I got the Snitch. Yeah, I'll see it every week with the Karma on top. lemon lime twisted sour inside of that. And then my tiny version 2 with my Aora on top. I got raspberry lemon law lemonade on there, or in there. And what else do I got? I'm actually running pretty light today. I got my Simple X with strawberry twisted sour in that, and my Orion also with strawberry twisted sour, both Nick Salts, 25 mg. And I'm building my Citadel that I just got today, and we'll probably put that on the top side. The D Pro Mini might actually get laid to rest for a little bit for the first time since I basically got it.
My Citadel that's coming in, that was the first thing I thought is I was going to put that on the plug and the D Pro Mini's out the door.
Hey, it lasted a long time, man. I think out of everything, well, I think I had the Karma a little longer, but everything else here is way newer than, or I've had for a way shorter amount of time than I've had that D Pro Mini. So,
yeah, I got you.
Sometimes you got to do a change, man. You got to update.
Actually, DB Squunks, I just want to address that question. No, I did not do that video yet because the mod has not arrived from Heaven's Gift yet.
Oh, that video. I'm excited to see that too.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting video.
That will be an interesting video.
Yeah, we're waiting.
So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the Crybaby where it is 6:14. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm not even going to give you the ain't happening.
No satisfaction there.
But it is 9:14.
Oh my god.
All right, so what I'm rocking today is I got the Femto with the Niagara dual battery. And that has, I believe, Keep It 100 Blue Slushy Fruit Punch. I got the, this thing, I forget the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
The Kami mod by Kami.
Yeah, that. And it has the biochip on top, of course.
Nice. You just pulled a Vapin' Fagan. I don't know what this is. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I had
but look at it and buy it.
And that has Blue Slushy Lemonade, the OG or Blue Slushy, the OG itself. And then I got this matchy son of a bitch right here. It's the Ultim Limo with the Ultim Convergent.
Nice. And whole lot of piss in your hand.
Got that clear piss, son. And it has Sweet Tea in it by Hometown Hero. And the last thing, because you guys have it also, is the Orion with some Air Factory Blue Slushy.
Woo! Just wanted to shout out Fictitious Character is also in the building. And there's some talk about the Citadel going on, which I'm excited for. And Steve has been contemplating whether he's going to get one, right?
Yeah. Thinking about it, man, but I just don't know because we discussed that I have a lot of stuff that's backed up for review. It looks good. I've never owned a product by Cyclone Mods, right? That's who it is.
Yep.
Never owned one by them. I've always wanted to pick one up. Never really. I was worried that it would be too much airflow.
No, Cyclones are anything but too much airflow.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys something since I never really asked you guys this. What kind of cotton do you guys use in your mods and RDAs and stuff?
I have three companies that I like. One is very new, and it's the Firebolt cotton, or is that what it's called? I got it all right here. Hold on. So
bang.
Yep.
I use Cotton Prime.
I use Firebolt. I use Cotton Lumps.
Oh, you use the Cotton Lumps?
And I also
use are they?
Cotton Bacon Prime.
Because I have, look, Eric.
Oh, yeah.
What is Cotton Lumps?
It's the cotton threads, but instead it's kind of like, it's like cotton bacon, but it's not because it's like a roll rather than strips. There's this other one that's I think it's called Cotton Candy.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
It's kind of like that, the way it's swirled up.
Well, that's just like
Cotton Candy wanted to do a group buy through me at Squanktopus, but kind of like yanked my chain for about a month and a half and then finally bailed out.
Yeah.
Who was it? The people who made what the hell? I don't know. They sent me some cotton for review. It's called Cotton Wicks or something. It has like a witch on it. It's in a bag. It's kind of rolled up like that too. It's by Bomber Tech. That's who it is. The people who made the Pin Dad and the Firefly RDA.
Oh,
I still got a Pin Dad. I love that little thing. I break it out
man.
every now and again.
Dude, I'm supposed to review it because they sent me stuff to review it with, and I keep forgetting to do the review, man.
What the Pin Dad?
Well, yeah, because I told them I was going to do a review, so they sent me some of those like Squonk refill caps. The Bulldog, they have like a Bulldog on them. They sent me some of those and some cotton and some stickers and some other stuff to show everyone. And
I might actually do a juice review. I have a juice coming in this week. Immortality from Philosopher's Stone.
What's the flavor profile?
It's strawberry with vanilla custard. It's supposed to be the best strawberry ever made.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. You should do, juice reviews are kind of hard, but I mean, if you can do a couple of them, get used to it. They're pretty good to do, man.
Yeah, but I'm lazy. I don't like to rebuild an RDA just to do a juice.
I know. That's what sucks. But I apologize. What do you think about the Citadel? Have you tried it yet, or are you building it right now?
I'm literally building it right now. What's funny is like I said, I think I'm going to throw it on my top side. I have a lot of stuff going on with like my stepdad medically. I'm helping out my mom and him out a lot right now. So I was going to sell my plug, but now I'm like, maybe instead of selling the plug, I'll put the Citadel on there. But yeah, I'm about to build it right now. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm slow as all fuck when it comes to getting a build in. So especially when it comes to multitasking. So I doubt I'll have it in by the end of the show, but I was going to try.
What do you think about the Altum piece? Do you think that it's far enough away that it's not going to like melt?
Well, as long as you're not running like 0.12 or something, I don't think you'll melt that piece. But it's pretty far away.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if you're going to really be able to see unless I went and grabbed some other lighting.
No, I can see it for the most part, man. Yeah, I mean, I just wish that maybe it was. I mean, how is the airflow a lot? Can you take a drag on it without, not hitting it so you can hear the airflow?
Yeah.
Well, the Altum piece is supposed to restrict the airflow even more.
Yeah, it's going to be. To be quite honest with you, I know the airflow is different, but in a way, it actually reminds me a lot of the Karma.
Oh, really?
Really?
That's kind of how I feel. Let me.
Is it like a step system? It goes in and down.
Well, no, the way it comes in is different. Is way different. But I'm just saying, like the way the air hits when it's at its final destination. Let me take a look.
Like the movie.
Oh my God. Yeah, like the movie. That's exactly how the air hits, like a movie does.
Let me sidetrack it. I want to go back. I noticed Miss Phyllis is here. Miss Phyllis is one of the most awesome characters out there. She did ask why you guys are not coming to Vegas because they broke.
I'm not broke, but I'm going to a rally for advocacy in December instead. So I guess
kind of like off center.
In my head, I pictured it wrong, but the way that the airflow kind of sits, I thought it was going to be kind of similar, but in my head, I pictured the Karma differently.
I just got worried when I saw the 4 holes coming in and converging. Isn't that the original way the Hadley was set up? So I didn't own a Hadley. I did own an Entheon, and I got rid of it because it was great for like a week or two. But it's one of those that it looks like the airflow is the same. Now, granted, the deck may be different, but the airflow seems like the same thing. It's 4 holes converging on the coil.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That looks like the Hadley you said, right? It kind of looks the same.
Yeah, it looks from the outside. Yeah. It looks a lot like the deck. You know what? Well, it's in my car, I think. But
we don't want to see your deck.
Oh, do you watch my reviews? You ever watch? I don't even know if you guys watch my reviews.
Look at my deck. Look at my deck.
Yeah, I say wait till you see my deck. um, but yeah, I don't know. It looks like something I'm gonna like. I guess we'll find out here. So you got one too, Bill, but it just hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't want my Jersey mouth to go off.
It's all good.
You see this little stripe right here?
Yeah.
That's me waiting on my site. That's me waiting on my Citadel.
Yeah. You got the stress stripe.
Yeah.
So do you ever notice that different airflows, because I've talked about this in the past, like single-sided airflows, when you have a coil, it always seems like it'll build up more dried whatever on the back of the coil. And I noticed that with this, with the Convergent, I've had this coil in here for about, I don't know, a week and a half, and it hasn't really built up like anything on it. And it's weird because it looks like this is a pretty good airflow system, man, where it hits under and the top and the middle, I think. So I always think that, that's the kind of air system I think, because didn't you, Bill, say that's what you wanted to do?
No, I wanted mine to come at it. Like if the coil's here, I wanted the airflow to come up the side like this on each side. So
but I think that's good.
Sweep the coil, because I figured that out by playing with like the Tobino and stuff like that and the Karma. And what I did is I noticed a lot of people are like, oh, you got to have your airflow right on the bottom half of the coil. Absolutely, in my mind, incorrect.
I agree.
I drop those coils all the way down so the airflow hits the very top of the coil, because as it produces vapor, it's going to come up. And you want to sweep it off the coil, and you want to keep that vapor hot. If you put your airflow directly on the coil, you're cooling the coil as you're trying to heat it up and produce vapor, which is defeating the purpose.
Well,
yeah.
When you're vaping, I mean, a lot of people picture the airflow in a way like when the way the airflow would come down rather than how it comes when you suck it up. Yeah.
You don't need to do that. You're going to create a vacuum inside that tiny little chamber. Your lungs are infinitely bigger than the size of that chamber, so it's going to create a vacuum. You're going to get that vapor. But the difference is do you want your vapor cool or do you want your vapor nice and warm? I like a warm vape, and so I don't want to hinder that heating process on the coil.
See, I'm more of a cool vape kind of person. I like the because I vape lower wattages. Like on the Limo right now, I'm vaping a 0.81 at like 25 watts, man, 28 watts.
See, I don't do, I mean, honestly, I have a couple regulated mods over my shoulder on my bench, but believe it or not, the only things I use my regulated mods for is as an ohm reader. Everything I own is mech,
But I think that helps you get the kind of vape you want, though, I think, 'cause
absolutely. I noticed if I hit it 0.15, 0.20, if I can stay in that range, I get a really good vape. I'm happy. I do have a couple coils here that drop down to like 0.12, 0.13. Those are, I guess, when I'm just in a bad mood and I need something to calm me down, I run a little hotter. Just makes me happy for some reason.
What do you like, Eric?
Well, I usually go around a 0.2 at 75 to 100 watts, depending on the day. They're in, my tiny Addies. So most people grab my devices and take a vape and say that it's extremely hot, even. Yeah. But it's, I wouldn't say, I don't know, I've vaped other people's stuff that's even hotter than mine. So I'd say it's in between warm and hot. There's, for example, the Pulse X RDA gives a nice warm vape to me, but I like it a little bit hotter than that was. I don't know, what's something that a lot of people have that's fairly new still. So maybe, I don't know what off the top of my, the Recurve. The Recurve. A lot of people have the Recurve RDA.
Yeah.
That ended up being too cool for me eventually. When I first got it, I was really digging it, but that's when I was first getting into restrictive vape, was the Recurve.
I have a friend who had the Recurve on that, I forgot who makes it, the Cylon mod. badass looking mod, but he's vaping at like 35 watts and he's got a freaking 2.5 ohm coil on there. I was like, dude, you ain't getting nothing out of this. I was like, you know, you want this ain't nothing. You're sucking on a piece of plastic and you're not getting anything. I took that 2 ohm coil and I jacked it up to like 85 watts. And I was like, all right, there's a hit, you know, but it still wasn't that good of a hit as far as I'm concerned. Because like I said, I'm not one of those, I'm not one of those people who really enjoys the bottom airflow. I don't want it cooling my coil down. And I need, I haven't gotten a decent regulated mod, and you know what? And my problem is because I'm addressing Phyllis now from what she said, and I would love to find something that would change my mind, but the problem is I'm afraid to spend my money on something that I'm not gonna like, and it's just gonna sit here and collect dust.
See, I think a lot of people feel that way about regulated mods because they don't want to spend the extra money for the board, and then something might go wrong, or they don't know how that vape's going to really respond to their mech style vaping or things like that. But I think it's the same for me too, because I don't want to get a mech mod and be like, man, I really don't like this vape, because I know I'm not going to vape the way I like, you know.
But you know what? You're very right. But here's the deal: is what I say is, with a mech mod, if you don't like the way it's vaping, change your coil. Add a wrap. Take a wrap away. It's that easy.
Well, I
same
think
thing with a mech. Same thing with a regulated. You know, you can bump up the wattage, bump down the wattage. But I had a mod where I took my atomizer and put it on there, and I was running this Karma with the cloak, and I run it with this has a 0.17 ohm coil in it right now, and it gets pretty toasty. But I put it on a friend's mod, and I went, now on a mechanical, what are you running? 65, 70 watts, the equivalent. And I put it on his mod, and I had to jack that thing up to 90 watts just to get a freaking decent hit, which means either it's not putting out properly or it's not reading properly, one or the other.
I think it dials it back with a regulated mod. You know what I mean? It's not going to give you that full battery like hit right off the jump. But I don't know, something that I feel like people don't think is, you know, like I said, I have higher resistances, but I can still get a pretty decent like cloud out of this, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to judge the whole cloud thing. I'm glad that era kind of died already, because
I agree.
I think that people should vape whatever way is going to keep them off cigarettes, and I don't care what the fuck it is. And that's why true. Like in when I do a review, I almost always talk about how flavor is the most subjective thing, because Steve might think an RDA is the best flavor because he loves a cool vape, and it might produce a really good cool vape but doesn't do so well with a hot vape, and I might think it's garbage because I can only get a cool vape off of it. An example would be like the Dead Rabbit RTA. There's people in the shop that's their favorite RTA. I didn't think it was bad, but flavor wise, it just wasn't the kind of flavor I liked. I tried like a few different builds in it, and I was almost able to get a build that I liked, but I had to raise it up to a point where it started doing the whistling thing, because it whistles if you have the coils too high in that guy. But flavor is so subjective, and I'm glad that the clouds aren't playing a huge important role like they used to.
No, I agree. The more clouds you get, the less flavor you wind up with. I mean, I noticed that back in 2015, but it was. I mean, I still blow decent clouds, but for me, it's not about blowing clouds. That's just a byproduct of how I vape.
Same, because a hot vape is going to be more vapor usually, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about something. Let's talk about something interesting. You know, I've been trying to get into more low end RDAs for review and stuff. Not completely low end all the time, but it seems like because of the way I vape and the style I vape, it's hard for me to find a Chinese RDA that suits my style. You know what I mean? Like I tried the Wasp, I tried this other one, and it's like I don't need that much air.
The French one.
It was French, but I mean I got it from 3F Vape, so I figured maybe that.
All right, yeah.
But I just think that, like, if they were to make a more restricted style vape, I would probably get into it, man.
Sorry, I'm showing this off because someone's talking about it in the chat. So Alan Jones is talking about the BMM mods, and this is what they look like. Anyway, sorry.
Hey, Steven, do you have a basic?
Yeah, I do. I don't have it. I don't have it right here, but I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you like a more restrictive vape, I love the basic for that.
Yeah, that's in my top. I'm about to do a video of top RDAs, and that's going to be in the top something. I like that RDA a lot.
And you don't like the Aora, or is it you just don't like the top airflow?
I do. I do like the Aora. I'm a little bit indifferent about the top airflow one, just because of the way it's set up. And to me, when the review comes out, it just doesn't really make sense the way they set it up. Like, I don't understand why.
Well, you'll have another one to review coming up shortly. Without giving anything away, there's probably it was sent for 3D rendering, and the Caldera just might happen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
If that goes through, you guys are actually each getting one.
Woo!
Of the prototypes.
Why, thank you, William.
Well, I don't directly have something in the works, but I'm helping facilitate something that's in the works. And I have my own designs drawn, but someone brought me or told me about his idea, and he's got a CAD going, and I have somebody who might be able to do it, but it's something really badass. I'm not going to even get into it. It's not, and it's something you can vape out of, but it's not technically a tank. It's not technically a single coil RDA. It's not technically a dual coil RDA, and it's not technically an RTA. That's all I'm going to leave it at.
So let me guess, he made another Medusa?
No, it not
the biggest geek vape fail ever.
Well, you guys, that's cool. You guys got stuff. I've been talking to one person about something that I want to get into for myself, and I'm hoping it'll go through, man. And it's an RDA, because I've had a couple ideas, but I just got to find the right person to get me there. I've been talking to someone though, so I'm hoping it'll go through. But
good.
Yeah, I need to get somebody. Like, my whole thing is I can't the whole CAD drawing thing. And what's funny is I've done CAD myself before, but I used to do it when I was consulting to small businesses, and our labor and industries department requires them to have a 3D floor plan before they start a new business. And so I used to do those in CAD, but that's it. RDA or whatever is a lot more intricate, but I do have some things drawn out, and it would be really cool to someday be able to do at least one of them.
Yeah, that's why I'm really interested in seeing your idea come to life, Bill, because I want to see what it looks like, Yeah.
Right now, the main idea we have rolling is we want to make it the oh God, what was the name of that damn thing? The B2K made it. The B2K Addy. We want to make an American version of it. So what we're thinking about doing is packaging it up and getting Tyler from Squonk Donkey, get him one of the decks, and see if we can do a clear, a white, and a black cap, and have it come with a stainless cap. And do the same thing, $80 for a box set.
I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah, it's not going to come with all the drip tips and everything, but it's just going to be straightforward, 2 drip tips, stainless steel, 3 Delrin caps, done.
I think that's a good exchange for drip tips, because most of the time, if you're in it, you know what kind of drip tip you like. I mean, as long as it's 510 compatible or 810 compatible.
Wait a second. I'll tell you why we don't want to do drip tips.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Workshop.
This is my spare thing of drip tips.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
I have at least 2 dozen of them packed in here. And
they're just from random RDAs or what?
Yeah, it's from random RDAs, but there's some I'll show you this. This is kind of badass looking, but I don't use it. This is from Jim Beam made this for me. It's kind of a yellow and black with a white stripe around it. But I have some really custom, like tricked out tips. But I was buying them $25 a piece, like they were going out of style. And now they all just sit here. And most of them are 810, and almost all my mods are 510.
I was going to say, what do you guys prefer, 810 or 510?
I prefer the 510, but I like one with a wide opening through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like this. This is a 510, believe it or not. And it's like that big.
See, that's kind of like these, I guess. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I don't like narrow ones, and I don't like the short drip tips either. I think those are annoying. But
I used to have a reputation for hating 510s. And it's funny because recently I don't necessarily hate 510s anymore. Okay, this is kind of embarrassing to admit. I actually realized that for some reason the smaller drip tip on the RDA would make me vape a different way, and so I wasn't getting the flavor I normally would.
Sure.
As crazy as that sounds. And so I finally realized it one day and started vaping properly. And 510s weren't bad anymore. I still prefer an 810 because I have fat ass lips, but
I was waiting for you to say the same thing. We were just talking about this at the vape shop on Saturday, and one of the guys told me, he goes, well, I wasn't really a 510 guy. He goes, but when I saw that small hole, I got excited. I was like, wow. Was like,
oh my gosh.
See, now I think that it depends on the RDA as well too, because an 810 can be good. But yeah, I think relatively for what we are using right now, 510s seem to be the norm, you know?
Yeah, it's the preferred method because honestly, you know what? Here's my thing, and this is the way I look at it is when you look at the physics of it, your intake holes are only so big.
Yeah.
You know, you can put, if you got a 3-inch diameter pipe, but you got a 5-inch outtake, it doesn't matter. You're only going to get what that 3-inch intake's going to get.
Sure.
So, I mean, you put a bigger drip tip on it, you're actually going to cool down your vape compared to what it should be.
Yeah, I always seemed like the bigger 810s, I never seemed to really get the same flavor as something like even like, I don't know if you remember the original Goon drip tip. It was like a really thin 810, very like,
yep.
I like those ones. Those ones are pretty good. They're a little bit taller and a little bit skinnier.
Oh, well, the Juggernaut has a very thin 810, but it's not tall. It's short.
But I feel like it probably works well with that. I think tanks like that are a little bit different than RDAs just because I don't know. I feel like 810s on those I actually do like on my RTAs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're looking for something like this. It's an 810, but it's got really thick sidewalls. So it's actually got a smaller hole than a normal 810 would.
Sort of like that, yeah. But
yeah.
Let me see the profile of it, like the side. Yeah, a little bit like that, but I mean that's a good one.
The Depot
go ahead, I'm
Mini.
sorry.
The Depot Mini.
There you go. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's a better example.
So you're getting the looks of an 810, but like the production of like a 510, basically. That's a good one. To be honest, I've been using this Hourglass 510, and it's actually been okay with this.
Yeah, like those Mount Fuji style?
Yeah.
Dude, those Mount Fujis are $25 to $30 a piece for that same thing you have on your mod right now.
I'm trying to think where this came from. It came from, I think I got this from 3F8, actually, for like $3.
Yeah, they're copying the Mount Fujis because Mount Fujis were selling for so much damn money.
That's ridiculous, though, you know?
And those people, they act like they have gold on top of their Addy. I'm like, I don't care how much you paid for it, you know? Just because I pay $50,000 for a 74 Volkswagen Bug don't mean it's a Ferrari.
Yeah. That's you know, it's all about what you're willing to pay. And if people are willing to pay it, they'll make the prices whatever they want to make them, man.
Hey, I'm an old guy. I got bills to pay. I'm cheap as hell, and I admit it.
No, but that's okay.
You better make it affordable, or I'm going to tell you to go pound salt.
So I'm curious, and let's not say anything that's going to be hard for people to get a hold of, like prototypes, Bill. What is some stuff that is not out yet or is just released that you guys are really excited about?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to the Napoleon. I really want to try that mod.
I don't even know what that is.
What was that?
I don't even know what the Napoleon is.
The Napoleon is an 18350 squonk box.
Oh, okay. I do know what it is. I just didn't know the name.
It's got a little 2 ml silicone bottle that comes with it. You could probably take your Addy off of your Simple X and put it on there. It's a really nicely done little mod.
This is gonna sound weird, but I'm actually looking forward to the Wismec squonk mod, the RX squonk mod. It's coming out soon.
What are they gonna do? They're actually gonna make a. Now, are they? Because I had heard a rumor that they were, because there was these guys out there that were converting the Reload 2.3s and stuff like that into squonks.
It looks similar to that, but it's not DNA.
Right.
It's not the DNA one, because I think you could only do that with like the DNA one, because you could make it like a 167 instead of a 250 DNA.
Yeah.
Chip.
Yeah, because you were taking away a battery.
Yes, so I believe that was the DNA, but the one that's coming out right now kind of looks like that, but it has like the newer RX Gen 3 screen, like those new screens.
Yeah, because I had heard they kind of got a little jealous with that one guy who was converting them, that same guy converts noisy crickets into a single battery squonk.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and
cool.
I think Wismec said, hey, let's jump on that bandwagon and just make our own.
I never understood why they didn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's the perfect hand size. It looks functional.
You know what?
Like,
I'm gonna call this right now ahead of everybody. Please don't be mad at me when I say this. I believe within the next 2 to 3 years, Wismec's gonna go down the toilet.
I don't disagree. I think that could happen.
No, J-Bo left.
Oh, then definitely.
Yeah, J-Bo left, so
or
they'll his own YouTube channel now too.
They'll become like in the background. They'll still make stuff.
Exactly, just like Geek Vape did when Steven Z left and formed Vandy Vape.
Yeah.
They're gonna fade into the distance. Watch.
And I will say, at the shop, I've noticed more and more that there's QC problems as well from Wismec.
J-Bo was the stickler on that. He would not only design it, but he would be literally up their ass wearing a spiked helmet telling them, you need to keep this shit in check.
I guess he used to go to their to China and check on that shit.
Yeah, because it was his name on every one of their products, said J-Bo on it.
Yeah.
And so he was all over it. Now that he's not there anymore, watch. They're going to start chunking out garbage. They're going to sell for about a year, and then all of a sudden they're going to go right down the toilet.
What were you excited for, Eric? Something that's coming out? Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Not in particular. I'm actually it's quite the opposite. So that's why I'm like, I do a lot of research every day to see what's coming out, what could be big, because not only for reviews, but for personal usage, and then also to try to help inform, there's a few of us here at the shop that are looking out for what's going to be new and exciting. And I know that like the Mike Vapes Rebirth RDA will probably sell a lot. But there's nothing. The most recent thing was the top side that I was super stoked for.
Yeah, I remember you were pumped about that.
But since I got that,
there's not actually. You know what? I will say one more thing that I am kind of excited about, and it's not even that I'm like, oh, I have to have it, but it's the Billy Club by BMM.
Oh yeah.
I think that will be a decent mod.
I haven't even seen a picture of that thing yet.
It is a single battery tiny, essentially.
Yes.
What?
And I'm hoping that it looks nice. It does. It looks good. It looks a little bit ergonomic. It looks good. One more thing, Jason Tierney, I don't want to say your name wrong, but he asked me what I think about the Haku Vena. I just picked it up about maybe a week or so ago, and I'm a little bit indifferent about it. I don't think it's a bad device or bad RDA. I think that it definitely has its flaws that I don't like. Like, I feel like it leaks a lot. If you over squonk, it leaks a good bit, and that's annoying to me. And the flavor is just there, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's not bad, but I don't know if I would pick up another one. So
nice, Alan. Lucky you. If you want to sell it, let me know.
What did Alan get?
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, you got. I know that. I'm probably going to end up buying secondhand because that's what I've done with the last few devices. Because I can never make lists, man. I get lucky if I can make a list.
Yeah, I don't make lists. I only won one waffle, and that was for a poly plug. I literally, awesome. I got an income tax return, and I had almost $1,000 to spend. And instead of spending the $1,000, what did I do? I dropped almost $450 on waffles, and I didn't win a single fucking thing. I felt stupid.
I'm not gonna lie. I was waffling a crap ton early on in 2018, and then I kind of was like, I wonder what happens if I take the budget the money I've been using for waffling and buy products instead. And suddenly, I had a lot more products in my hand.
Yeah. I've never waffled before, man. I know that some people like live by it and some people.
Yeah. After that rumor, I'm saving up money. I'm probably going to have a couple $100 to play with. And when I heard that rumor about the Ultim Armor coming to the Vegas show, I was like, I'm fucking buying one.
Yeah. That's awesome. I have
no money left in my pocket. I'm buying an Ultim Armor.
Well, that is for sure going to be at the Vegas show, huh?
That's the rumor.
Okay.
I keep waiting for them to update the damn the map on the website, but it always says 404 not found. I wanted to set up so I could set up where I'm going to walk and what direction I'm going to go and who I'm going to hit, because the whole first day, I don't care who's there. I'm shopping. I'm looking for something I want. The second day, that's the social hour. I'll sit and talk with everybody and wander around. And
yeah, you got to film it. You got to film some of that, man. I want to see what that's like.
Yeah, I'm going to bring my camera with me.
Yeah, do that. I would like to see some of that.
Yeah, we have an expo here. I met Vaping with Ken at the expo we have up here. It's not very big. It's mostly, well, I guess a lot of the expos I've heard are very similar. I've only been to the one we have here. But it's mostly juice. Although iJoy, USV, there was a couple hardware companies at the one we have up here. And I shouldn't say it wasn't big. It was fairly decent sized. It was just mostly juice companies. But yeah, Vaping with Ken was at ours. Stefan Didak from NotBlowingSmoke.org was there. Vaping Politician was there. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's all right.
We were laughing because they said Phil Basardo is going to be here, and I was like, "Isn't Phil at every fucking vape convention?"
Yeah, he is.
Does he even have a home, or does he just travel from vape
convention
to vape convention?
He's just like a vagabond, man.
Yeah,
just chilling at each place. Nah, you guys are lucky though, man, because I'm from a state that doesn't really exist, so we don't ever have vape conventions.
Yeah, you'd have to go over to one that's in DC or something.
Yeah, the closest was Virginia, and it was like, well, the real Virginia, since I'm in the western part, and it was like 7 hours away, so I couldn't make it.
Yeah, the ones we have up here kind of rotates, but it's usually in the Puget Sound area, and I live in South Puget Sound, so the furthest it's been for me was about an hour and a half. But this last year was about 45 minutes.
See, but I would go if it was that close to me because I live next to Pittsburgh. Like if they would have one there, I would go there because I feel like that'd be the closest there, or like Columbus. I feel like Columbus could have one.
Anybody wants to hold a convention in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, it'd either be there or Columbus for me, or Cleveland, I guess, if that would happen.
Hey, Cleveland rocks, man.
Yeah, it's the mistake on the lake, man.
Oh yeah,
Cleveland's actually a really nice city. I enjoy.
Yeah, it ain't bad. I've been there a couple times.
DBS is saying he's in Columbus, Ohio, and he's not too far from you, and that there was just an expo there.
Oh, hey, if you ever hear of another one, DBS or DB Squonks, you should message me because I could go to that one. I would definitely go to Columbus.
How far is that from you? I'm nosy like that.
About 2 hours.
2 hours.
If you go to, what is it, vapeexpo.com, I believe. It's a French company that runs it. If you go to them, they actually have the year up of where they're going to be. And there's a lot of like little vape conventions. But Vape Expo is run by one company out of France, and they're international. They do the vape shows in France and Germany, England, stuff like that. They put on a really big show when they do it.
So, I mean, those ones, well, DB Squonk said there was one in Cleveland too. I need to get on the website and check it out. Now, what are the ones that you always see like the bigger reviewers go to? I mean, are those run by the same people?
They like the ones up in Connecticut.
Foxwoods.
The Foxwoods.
Oh, yeah.
That is fucking huge.
That's the one I always see people talking about.
Yeah. I think Vegas is going to be a big one, but I don't think it's going to be as big because the problem is they did this thing here called the TPE show, and it was tobacco, something, and electronic cigarette. And the electronic cigarette section was like 4 fucking booths. And I was like, I walked in there. I was like, I paid $10 to get in here. I wanted to ask for a refund and walk out, but
They
I just kind of walked out and counted it as a loss. I literally saw the whole vape section in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, they shouldn't mix regular tobacco with electronic. I mean, I guess unless you're trying to get people who are smoking off of cigarettes.
The only things they were pushing there was those stupid fucking tobacco burners from Marlboro that they made.
Yeah,
that was their idea of an electronic cigarette.
The ones where you put it inside like the thing or whatever.
You put an actual cigarette inside there, but the cigarette's like half the size of a normal cigarette.
Sure.
And when I saw that, a friend of mine started laughing because I turned around. I was like, "Did you ever see that movie? What was it, Fifth Element, where they had those cigarettes and they were like half the size of a normal cigarette?"
Yeah.
That's exactly what the cigarettes look like that go in that thing. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's not what I want.
Not what I want.
Oh, they heat it, not burn it. Correct, Flavor Chaser. I apologize. It's still tobacco, so I still won't touch it. But
yeah, it's true. Yep.
It's all good. They're trying to say if you don't burn it, you don't get all the other stuff and the bad stuff because you're not combusting it. But
you're still using. I don't agree with that.
The way I look at it is you're still burning it in a sense.
Yeah.
Have you been to an expo that you did like, Bill?
That was the only one that I've been to. That was the only one I've been to.
So I didn't dislike the one we have up here. It's just not very. It's from what I've seen video wise, it was probably, I should say it was medium sized. I wouldn't, iJoy was there, TVL was there, USV.
Correct, Phyllis. They bring in the European vendors. Sorry about that.
Who brings in the French
Vape Expo? They bring in everybody from around the world, dude. You should see who's on the vendor list for that. And that's not including the modders. Modders have their own section.
The modders gallery, right? That's what they call it. Yeah.
DB Squonks asked me if I went to the Richmond one. No, that's the one I was talking about earlier. It's in the real Virginia. I didn't get to go to that one. I wanted to go, but I couldn't make the time for 7 hours to get there and back. I was going to go, but I just couldn't take time off work either. But that was like the closest one, I guess, like a good one. But
all right, we're getting close to time, gentlemen.
What's that time? 9:56?
No. Damn it. We end at 7. How could it be 9:56?
Okay, could someone in my neighborhood please cut the electric again? Jeez.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
his clock freezes at 6:56.
Okay. Are we gonna end this, or you guys wanna?
Sure. If you're not first, you're last. You guys can go first.
Well, Bill started the buffet first, so he should go ahead and do this first.
Wait, what happened?
You're doing your sign out, Bill.
Oh, my sign out. Everybody go on youtube.com, look up Cooper's Vaping View. You'll find me there. Throw me a like, a subscribe, so I can start getting my videos rolling. Probably going to get something rolling this week. And next week, I have a couple of things that are coming in. Hopefully, we can get decent videos rolling. But I'll pass it on to Eric. That's it. Hopefully, I'll see everybody at the vape convention over at Vegas.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name's Eric, and I go by Vapor Politician, and I'm cooler than Steve, but not cooler than Bill. And
Bill's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Yeah. I post like 4 reviews a week. Check them out. YouTube.com/Phoenix Vapor. And you can find me on Instagram at vapin_politician. Or if you see me on Facebook, I'm in a lot of groups and my name's Eric Miller on those groups. And just say hello there, guy, on the live stream that is cooler than Steve, but not Bill. Thank you.
You can also find Eric outside in his van with some candy and
no windows.
But hey, I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank Mr. Bill, Eric, and definitely go follow them, give them a like. And yeah, you know, I got some stuff going on, got some reviews coming up. I don't post as much as Eric because he's cooler than me.
Oh no.
But yeah, just look out for me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook sometimes. And yeah, that'll about do it. And he stole
vampire again.
He stole my style with talking close to the mic, but I'll let him use it.
I will admit I did steal this, and now I'm doing it in reviews even. So
I don't need to talk close to the mic. I'm from Jersey. I got a big mouth.
Steve, for your information, I also stole onion rings from you.
You know how much shit I got from that, man? People are like, "Oh, you're so stupid. That's just stupid. You're being Jay Hayes," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." I'm being Jay Hayes.
Well, at first I was like, and as my friend Mountaineer Vapes says, these are the onion rings. And then I just, because I said it in like 10 videos straight, so then I stopped shouting you out, but I did for like the first 10 videos.
I wanted that to be a thing, but then it seemed like nobody liked it. But I'm glad you at least picked it up. I mean, I'd start saying it again. It could be like one of our things, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Bill, go get onion rings, and we're going to say peace out.
Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys.